Okay, determining the equation of a line. Right off, I'm going to tell you the book is going to refer to several different ways you can write the equation of a line. One particular case is the point slope form that I'm not going to be working with here, but you may find that it actually is a little bit easy to work with. But I do choose this particular form that's in front of us, the slope intercept form, for various reasons. Okay, and so we can argue back and forth which is the better way, but bottom line is if something works for you, that's the best way you should do it. Okay, but I do have my reasons. I'm not going to get into them here today because it really kind of applies to things that are down the road, and one day you might realize why I picked this particular form. So anyway, let's start off with one simple fact. The equation of any line can be written in a particular form called the slope-intercept form. That is, it can be written in this particular form here. The letter M refers to the slope of the line, and the letter B is the actual y-intercept of the line. So I assume you know how to figure out the slope, and I assume you know what I mean by the y-intercept. All right, so if we're going to figure out the equation of a line, whatever problem you're working with, you're going to have, or you're going to be able to determine two pieces of information. One, what the actual slope is. They may give it to you. They may not. But some way, somehow, you got to figure that out. And the second piece of information here is you're going to need the y-intercept. That is B. Now, typically the way you find the y-intercept is you're going to work with a point that is going to be provided to you. That is, any problem has to give you at least one point that is on the line. Some problems may give you two, but they have to give you at least one point. You can work with the fact that those points are actual solutions. So keep this in mind. This is what you're going to do. You're going to first determine what the slope is. Some way, somehow, find the slope. Number two, they got to give you a point. Use the fact that that point is an actual solution. We'll see that in the examples I provide below. So here we go. In the following, I want you to determine the equation of the line based upon the information provided. Here's the first problem. A line passes through the point 1, 2, and you're given the slope of that line is -5. So right off, I need to know what the slope is. I'm given the slope. It's -5. So right off, I know M is equal to -5. So now I know the equation actually looks like this. Y is equal to -5x plus B. Excuse me. But what is B? I don't know what B is. B is the y-intercept. If I had the y-intercept, the x value would be 0. In this particular point, the x value is 1, so it's not the y-intercept. But I know one thing. This is a solution to this equation. 1, 2 is a solution. Okay? I can plug it into this equation, and it has to be a true statement. So I'm going to take this. Oh, sorry. I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to plug it into the equation here. So y is equal to 2, and x is equal to 1. I don't know what b is, but now I know one thing is I can solve this equation for b. Moving the -5 to the other side, I'm going to get 2 plus 5 is equal to b. So b has to be 7. And now I know the equation of line is y equal to -5x plus 7. And there's the answer. Okay, so once again, first thing I did was I found the slope. Second thing I did, I worked with the fact that I had to be given a point that's on the line, and that point has to be a solution. And what I did was I plugged it into the equation. Y is equal to 2, and x is equal to 1. Okay? All right. and therefore here's the actual answer. Let's go to number 2. I'm told a line passes through 2 points. 1, 3, minus 2, 6. I need the equation. The first thing I need to know is the slope. Well, given 2 points, the slope is given by the slope formula. 6 minus 3 divided by minus 2 minus 1 is equal to 3 over minus 3, which is minus 1. Okay, so there's the slope, minus 1. Well, now I know the equation is y equal to minus x plus b. So now I'm at the point where I need to figure out what b is. But once again, I'm given 2 solutions. I only need one of them. It doesn't matter which one I work with, but these 2 things are actual solutions. So, take one of them and plug it into the equation. I'm going to work with the first one. Again, it doesn't matter which one. Y is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1. Once again, I have an equation that I can solve for b. Solving for b, I get b is equal to 3 plus 1, which is 4. And so so the actual equation that I'm looking for is y is equal to minus x plus 4. And there's the answer. So move on to number 3. A line passes through a point, and then we're told it's perpendicular to another line. Okay, so we're going to have to recall the relationship between 2 lines being perpendicular and their slope. So again, the first thing I need to do is determine the slope. Well, the slope of this line is 1/2. It's in the slope-intercept form. Perpendicular lines, slopes are negative reciprocals of one another. In other words, the slope of this line is going to be m equal to, you take the reciprocal 1/2, you get 2, and then you have to change the sign. That was positive, so the slope of this one's going to be negative. So now I have the slope, and therefore the equation of the line is minus 2x plus b. Okay, now I need b. Well, once again, I'm given a point. That point's a solution. Y is equal to 4, and x is equal to 1. I can now solve this for b, and I get 6 is equal to b. So I'm going to leave the steps to you. You should be able to move things around, but b is equal to 6, and therefore the equation of the line is y equal to minus 2x plus 6. And there's the equation of the line. And again, I'm writing out my equations in slope-intercept form. You might want to work with point-slope form. Okay? All right, the last one. A line passes through 3, 1, and the slope is undefined. Well, if the slope is undefined, we know this is a vertical line. Vertical lines are x values. Remember, if you look on the xy plane, here's the point x equal to 2, but actually, oh, sorry, let me go straight down. That's the only thing with working with this stuff. If I go straight up and down vertically, all those points have the value x equal to 2. Well, if you think about it, here x is 3, and therefore here's the equation of my line, x equal to 3. Okay, thank you.